What is up, everybody? This is Truth Lance here, bringing you the brand new Cube episode. I need to start doing this segment more often. I know I've only done one, and I said it was part one, so I'm going to just explain another. I want to explain some aspects in Cube, and this one, in my opinion, I believe is the most important aspect, and that is drafting. So, with drafting cards for Cube, you might want to pick up cards that aren't necessarily good, but have the most value. So, for example, picking up a card like Reliable Guardian or Snake Fang might not seem like a bad idea if the other cards are warranted enough. So cards that are obviously terrible might not seem so bad when you consider the rest of when you consider the bulk of Cube, which the bulk of Cube consists of mostly, albeit pretty terrible cards. So let's take a look at some of the cards that I would recommend, or not what I would recommend, or what I would say is a decently draftable in Cube, as far as that goes. So cards that are really good in Cube are obviously going to be top tier picks. Cards like Lila, DD Warrior Lady, Marshmallow, Destiny Hero Defender, I would argue is above average. But then you also have cards that are like Spirit of the Winds, Ancient Telescope, Snake Fang, and the Reliable Guardian that aren't necessarily up there. And of course you have the abysmally average cards like Yusenju Sujik, or you have Elemental Hero Wildheart, or you have cards like Different Dimension Capsule or Reversal Quiz. These cards are only strictly good in certain aspects, so I feel like that if you drafted your Cube deck to reflect certain styles, like you could reflect Hourglass of Courage, which is a card that is terrible, and if you have it last long enough, if you defend it long enough, you can have this card be 2200 attack, which is decent for a level 4. But you're putting you're putting a time investment into a card that is generally not going to be very good. Rescue Rabbit is a very interesting card in Cube, because obviously for certain aspects of Cube, you don't always have it this way. There is generally only one copy of each card in Cube, so the effect of Rescue Rabbit is basically not there. It's basically a blank card. It's basically blank card text. But the fact that it's a monster makes it more valuable than a card that doesn't do anything. For example, like Xyz's Revenge or something, whatever. Any card that basically has anything to do with the extra deck, if you're not playing the extra deck portion, Rescue Rabbit might actually be better than those cards, because you might as well draft something that actually can do even albeit minute battle damage, but it's still slight battle damage. Obviously you're gonna draft your ban cards like Cyberjar, Heavy Storm, Confiscation, Sixth Sense. You're also going to draft your limited cards like Thunder King Ryo, Grammel, Upstart, Rhoda. This is still irritating, but whatever. And you're also going to draft your decently good normal monsters like your Summon Skull, or your Vorse Raiders, or your Gemini Elves, or your Mystic Shell Dragons in the Cube, because those cards are very good. Those cards are not necessarily good in an effect sort of way, but they represent what is actually supposed to be average. They reflect what is supposed to be the bare minimum of good card. So when you see a normal monster in Cube, I would actually consider it if it has decent stats. Like obviously you wouldn't consider picking up Spirits of the Wind, or Spirit of the Winds, because it has 1700 attack and it's a level 5. You have to tribute a monster for that. Now, of course, if you had cards like Monarch Stormforth or something like that, then this card would be slightly more reasonable, because you can tribute your opponent's monster. You don't have to waste the value on your card. You can 1-for-1 it, and you can get a 1700 attack monster that's on the field, which is, I guess, still better than having nothing on the board at all. So, yeah, tell me what you guys think about this, and tell me what cards that you would recommend in a draft setting. And this has been Tiznolas, and I am signing out.